I would really like to go side knife edge through that. Can I do that? Is that possible? Oh my god, I finally found my 3 packs a day. Welcome back to my 3 packs a day experiment, where I try to see if I can get better at freestyle by flying just 3 packs every day. We are coming to the end of the experiment. It's day 24. It's the 24th video that I've released. I've flown many days and I can release one every day, could I? There'd be nothing else on my channel for a whole month. But we're coming up on day 24 of the video I released, and the end of the experiment is coming soon. I think this experiment has proven that any amount of practice is better than none. Okay, well, shocker, right? Today, I am happy to say that I'm back on this quad, the good old Rotor Riot HD1. This is my current sort of go-to freestyle quad ever since my Stingy broke. I finally got the replacement bottom plate for my Stingy, so I'll be back, have that back in the air soon too. I love that thing. But I'm happy to be back here because lately I've been flying nothing but the iFlight Sedora and the Mr. Steel Apex in preparation for that video. And now that that video is out, I can finally get back to, you know, the good, not that those aren't good quads, but this one has black box in it. Haha, so we'll have stick overlay again. Yay! Let's get to it. You are going to notice something has changed about the quadcopter in this flight, and that is that I have the HQ watermelon props installed instead of the Gemfan 514 33s that I have been using. When I talked about the amazing throttle control of the Mr. Steel quad, a lot of people attributed it to these props, and I have flown these props on other quads before, and I think there's more to it than just the props, but I thought, well, we'll just put these props on this exact quad and we'll see what the difference is. The other thing that's going to be interesting is feeling the difference of the DJI system compared to the analog system I have been flying, especially the really low latency of the Mr. Steel quad. See whether that feels any different. It's definitely going to take some getting used to. I definitely do feel like, having gone between them, I can feel it. Just a little less connected, I guess. I mean, the trade-off is that the video is much better, right? So, but like if we try to do this kind of stuff, it's tough because on the one hand you can see the branches a lot better, but on the other hand you get just a little less time to react. Like if I were to do that move, ooh, I wonder what the difference would be. This is not how 3 packs a day is supposed to go. I'm supposed to be like I'm supposed to be experimenting on well, whatever. Like what if we were to do a dive from here into there? Oh, pardon my language, people. I had a leaf. Oh. I gotta go get it. I've always said that you really feel latency. Oh, 3.7, that can't be right. Is that right? I've always said that you really feel latency the most when you go from high latency back down to low latency. And then you adjust. You adjust, you get used to it, and then you kind of okay again. What happens when you have high latency is you dial yourself down to a point you can feel confident with. And when you have lower latency, a lot of times you will still constrain yourself until you start to just, because mentally you have a sense of what you can get away with. And then when you get to lower latency, eventually you're like, oh, maybe I'll try this thing, and then suddenly it works, and you start to feel more free and liberated. So it's really the transition points, mostly from low latency to high latency, because when you get used to the low latency, then mentally you have a grasp on what you can get away with, and then suddenly you're not getting away with it anymore, and you're like, why am I crashing? What's going on? And then you pull yourself back down. So, interesting. Yeah. So I can already kind of feel like I'm getting used to this increased latency. But it's interesting, having flown a really low latency quad, or really responsive quad, I guess I should, you know what, I shouldn't blame it all on latency, because I haven't really tuned stick feel on this at all. Maybe it's just a sloppy stick feel, and I should really tune before I make a conclusion that latency is the cause. But anyway, the comments about going from high to low latency are definitely true. Even if they might not apply to this situation. But I'm not gonna, this is not a tuning video. I'm not gonna tune right now, because that's not what we're here for. So I wonder, as we come to the end of this 3 packs a day experiment, see, like diving in there, that's the kind of thing, instead of finding the safe line out, just going, screw it, I'm going in. Even though you can't see the exit, that's the kind of thing that the Apex really inspired me to do. Anyway, I wonder how much it can put it all together. Like, I started by looking at close to the ground proximity flips and rolls. That was one of my first things I tried. One of the other things I tried at the very beginning was those kind of moves. Juicy flicks, is that what they are? That's more of a Rubik's. I feel like I've gotten decent at those. Decent. Oh boy, oh boy. That's the sound of an unhappy prop, I guarantee. It's not a front prop. Front props look okay. Let's bring it in. Let's check those props. Like, if you were going to have a test for latency, what would it be? Very hot motors. Wow. Oh boy. Very unhappy motors. Ooh, that was a nice little move there. See, that was a blind move. That's the kind of move that I would have said if you had a high latency connection would be harder, but I did it pretty damn well, I would say. Maybe the takeaway is that there's just no substitute for stick time. Like, I feel like I'm just a better pilot than I was. See, those are the kind of moves where the low throttle control is essential. Oof. Philly. Got goop on my lens. Oh, boo, hawkus. That's not a cuss word, is it? Oh, flippin'. Come on, baby. Yes. Yes. Oh, that was good. Well, as long as I was inside, I changed the PIDs a little bit. I raised the master multiplier to 1.1 to increase all the PIDs slightly. I raised feed forward to like 150, whatever that works out to. And I raised the PD balance to increase the D gain just a little. I think 1.1 also. These are just gut guesses. The number one thing I want to make sure is that I haven't, like, gonna smoke a motor. The F. Did I put the props on wrong? That's so embarrassing. Well, I didn't put the props on wrong, but I did forget to put on a prop nut. I'll be right back. Let's see how the stick feel is with the feed forward jacked up. Whether what I was feeling is soft stick feel or latency. See the difference? High feed forward sharpens up the stick feel, which can make it feel like lower latency. Or rather, soft stick feel might feel like high latency. I guess the real test is your reaction time to unexpected items. Like flying in areas where you can't see what's coming at you. I think I would really be interested to A/B this. I would really be interested to A/B this. See, that's that low throttle response that the KISS Apex build was so exceptional at. That's why I did that move. It's not just the props. It's definitely not just the watermelon props. I think these props excel on a lightweight build. See, I can't get that dialed in right where I feel confident getting in there. Very interesting. But coming from back here, I can do it. I can kind of settle into the throttle position and find it. But coming from up high, frankly, I think the latency matters too. It's just the sheer speed. Wow. It's just the sheer speed, and you don't have the same confidence to respond. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, see? It's that low throttle response, man. It's really something. There's more to it than just the props. That's not really, shouldn't really surprise anybody. But anybody who is like, oh, it's the props, that's what it is. I mean, it's at least some the props, but not just the props. I don't think these props will make a heavy build have the throttle response of a light build. I'm really pushing this battery a tiny bit. I'm gonna hold that speed. Okay, new battery time. Okay, I hear you. Why are you beeping? I kind of thought that I would like to get back into more regimented lessons, you know, practice. And, but I'm just kind of floofing around and feeling it out. Oh, my wife came home, so the van is back. Oh, that was close. Tried to hold that. I'm seeing little gaps now that I would have thought were too small to hit. I'm just diving in. It's a mental thing. It's very interesting. And until I shouldn't entirely, I guess, blame it on Mr. Steele's quad, because I have also been doing this 3 packs a day thing, which is probably improving my confidence, although that's not to take anything away from his quad, which was absolutely just a quantum leap in sort of confidence and responsiveness. Hello, piggies! Hey, piggies, what's going on? I guarantee you if I land, they will come bite me. That confidence, I hope, is not going to lead to a twitchy, unsmooth style of flying. Surely not. Oh, shoot. Oh, flippity gibbet. Really? I try not to swear for my YouTube videos. Just one little vine bound me up. Flip! I should have flown out of that. So what am I not doing? I mean, I'm doing the things that feel good to me, which are the things that are easy and that I feel confident about. And that has expanded. But it doesn't mean I should just settle in at a new place. You see what I mean? Ah, phooey. You gotta go for it. You just gotta go for it. It's the most badass move to hit something like that in the middle of a run. So you gotta set up a good run, and then try to do it, and then you just do it again, I guess, if you fail, which I did. Ooh, that's a good move right there. Can you do it going the other way? Oh, that's it. That's your 3 packs a day right there, friend. That's a good drill. Yes. See, confidence to enter into a place like that, to see the gaps in the trees and to go for them instead of treating the tree like just a great big canopy, but to go, here's a line, right here is a line. To be able to see that and then hit it at speed with confidence without preparation, is two things. One is the ability to see it, which is where digital excels. That you can actually just see the individual branches and scraggle and not end up in the treetops. The other is the ability to respond quickly enough to hit it. And that's latency. And that's why it's so hard to judge whether you're better a pilot on digital than on analog. And frankly, I think that is where I'm going to end this one, on that little nugget of I don't know what. And because I hit that knife edge during a line, not just a one-off. So, I mean, it really can't go out any higher than this. This has been a really fun experiment. I highly, highly recommend this to anybody who is a pilot. Anybody. I mean, this has been so educational for me, and I'm enjoying flying more than I was, and yeah, cool. That's gonna do it for this one. Happy flying, guys. Do you see this baby? Isn't he cute? Hit the subscribe button. Join my Patreon. Use my affiliate links, or just keep watching videos. That's better than nothing.
Go, go, gaga, subscribe to my daddy.